All right, synthesizer fanatics, we are back on the washer. And what does that mean? It means another synthesizer review. And today we have actually something way cooler than that Canto. We have a Casio PT-1. And it may look like a child's toy, but this thing is actually surprisingly rich in features for its age and its size. First of all, you can see my hand on this thing. It is tiny. You can just carry that thing along with you, jam out anywhere you'd like. That's what would give the impression it is a child's toy at first glance. From what I could find out about the Casio PT-1 here, it was manufactured between 82 and 88, and it was a smaller version of the Casio VL series. And this was one of the first of this particular series. I have a later version that we will review later, and we're going to pit the later version up against the Canto and see what's better. But let's get started because, as I said, this looks like a keyboard, but it is surprisingly actually a synthesizer. So the first thing I want to show everyone on the back here, besides the extremely cheap price I got this thing at, is right here. That is a tuning knob, and you can actually tune the instrument here and make it sound different, and we'll get into that a little bit. There is the Casio production mark there, and it just takes AA batteries. So let's go into play mode here. Now, this synthesizer, here's your volume knob. Already sounds better than the Canto. You don't have distortion. You don't have pitch bending going on kind of out of nowhere. Now, in terms of tones, it only features 4. You have piano. You have the... Hi, Roach. You hear my cat? Roach is over there, and there is the ever-present Raven. Okay, let's move on to the tones. Fantasy. I feel like that's the one everyone really liked as a kid. You've got violin. Another classic, just classic Casio. If you've ever owned any Casio, you've heard the violin and the flute. Now you hear that we did get some pitch bending there, and that is because this unit needs to be restored, and we are going to do that as well in a video. We need to take it apart, clean the contacts. It does have an issue with that, but you can hear that. So that is because this Casio is extremely old. You can see it's just in poor condition. I got it at a thrift store for $2. But we're going to take it apart, and we're going to clean it all out in a different video. I just wanted to give you the overview. So now, the cool stuff about this thing here. This one does have a headphone output. You can hear that. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. It's making my cat howl. Okay. Let's go on to the rhythm select on this thing, because it actually does have some rhythms. So, Raven's singing along there. But you got a couple different rhythms, you know. You can up the tempo. You can lower the tempo. And then the cool thing about this, and once again, it's not working 100% perfect because it does need the contact clean, is the ability to just one-touch play any rhythm that you put in this recording mode. So and I think it can hold up to 100 notes. Raven, say hi to YouTube. No? Well, okay. So, it can hold up to 100 notes from what I remember. And, I mean, that's just a cool feature for something this size and this old. You know, and then, the memory play will play out of the memory, whatever you just played, up to 100 notes. So you could theoretically even use this to write a song and play a song back directly on what limited RAM this unit has. And back to the cats. This one, Akuma, gets mad when Raven will not be quiet, so he shuts him up. So yeah, overall, a really cool little unit here. We're going to look at the pitch bend here. I just have to get a screwdriver or a similar device in order to bend it. But before we cut to that and get my final thoughts, let's hear the demo, because I remember it being pretty epic. Oh yeah. I mean, listen to this thing. Once it's fully cleaned and restored, it's going to be awesome. The demo is so powerful, it's like overpowering the speaker on this unit even. And it's a long demo. It showcases every instrument on the whole entire Casio. So there's the demo. We're going to shut off real fast, and then I will find some sort of thing to turn it on. Maybe we don't even need to. Maybe... this brush will work. Okay, where is my volume tuning knob? So I'm going to need to find a little screwdriver, but we will show off that feature there. So now you can hear why this thing needs to be cleaned, because it does have some issues. But let's go ahead and give my final thought, and then I will tack on the volume knob as a bonus feature. What do I think of the Casio PT-1? It is really awesome for what it is. I can just imagine when it came out, it was a hotbed of features that other little synthesizers just didn't have going on. I mean, with like memory features and playbacks, it's surprisingly powerful. It could do better. I mean, obviously, they could have some rhythm programming and some like oscillation where you could program your own sounds. But with the volume, with the tuning knob and everything else it has going on for it here, this thing is awesome. And if you can get your hands on one for a decent price, you definitely should. And you'll see in the next episode, we have more of an updated version of this, and like a 90s version. And we'll show you that the fruit didn't fall far from the tree. And this really was one of the apexes of Casio's portable technology, just stay for years and years to come.